And a lot of them niggas viewers ain't real. So stop view buying. Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view buying, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all streamers. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make y'allselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that game.
So BruceDropEmOff finally spoke on one of the dirtiest secrets in streaming, view botting. And let's be real, this isn't some new phenomenon. Numbers have always been currency in streamer land. The bigger your view count, the bigger your check, your sponsorships, your clout. Which means for years, people have been inflating those numbers like it's Wall Street in the 2008 housing bubble. Now it's no secret that a lot of people didn't like Bruce himself. Every time he'd hit that go live button, it looked less like a stream and more like a drug-induced crash out. Chat's sitting there watching him slumped, zoning in and out, eyes barely open like he's halfway through a NASA experiment. And the wildest part is, he makes it to the trending page like that. Bro's out here looking high in the clouds, sounding like he just lost the remote in another dimension, and somehow this is entertainment. As seen in this clip, it's less Twitch and more rehab cam.
Money, bro. You can't compare to me with money, bro.
I can't compare with you with money.
Calm down. You can't, bro. You can't compare to me with money.
Yo, hold on, wait. I don't think it's
this lame ass, bro. You shouldn't even add me to this, bro. This nigga.
But the craziest part was, Bruce might have looked like just another immature druggie trying to cash in his crash outs live, turning every stream into a highlight reel of self-destruction. Yet low-key, he ended up predicting the future of streaming, because he was the first one to call it out for what it was turning into, a bought-out, sold-out game. And as much as people laughed at him, the numbers, the sponsorships, the platform wars, all of it started proving him right. The same guy everyone wrote off as being high in the clouds was already warning that streaming was becoming less about content and more about contracts.
When the game started getting bought and the game started to get f***ed up, and I'm just keeping it real with y'all, like I'm 23, I don't gotta sugarcoat shit no more, like, and I never did, you know? When I started seeing that, it pushed me away from streaming. It kind of made the game got twisted, bro. It's kind of like people are working or streaming for the wrong things. It's not because they want to build a community, it's because they want money. Everybody deserves it.
Now, to really pinpoint why Bruce started catching that big wave of attention, you gotta roll back to October of 2023. That's when his private messages got leaked, and he was caught talking reckless behind people's backs. We're talking names like Lil Yachty, Kai Cenat, and even Your Rage, people he was supposed to be cool with. And that leak didn't just put him on the map, it painted him as the guy who'd air you out the second you turned your back. That's where the spotlight started, and from there, it only got messier. Kai being Kai wasn't about to let that slide. He came on stream ready to expose everything, pulling out full essay-length texts of Bruce apologizing, and honestly the anger made sense, because Kai broke it down like this. Bruce would come around acting all sweet, talking like they were on good terms, and Kai, being fair, would match that energy, saying it's all cool, there's no beef, you're welcome here. But then Bruce would pull the wildest 180, the same dude who just played nice in Kai's face was turning around and talking down on him in someone else's DMs. That's not just messy, that's hypocrisy at a professional level. You don't get to smile in someone's face, beg for forgiveness in paragraphs, and then go behind their back to clown them to the next person. Kai called it out for what it was, and the receipts made it undeniable. Bruce's whole game was pretending peace while secretly farming drama.
essay, paragraph essay of apologizing for what he did already. You feel me? I have a whole essay of him apologizing, and his pride is so he wouldn't go on stream and say, I apologize to Kai. If you watch Bruce, he'll say, y'all don't gotta know if y'all apologize or not. The sent me an essay, my nigga, apologizing. Then after I gave him the benefit of the doubt and I said, yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like, I really didn't expect that from you, and I appreciate you, and whatever you need, I'm here, I'll be cool. It was never no beef and shit. He says that, then still goes into a DM and say that, bro. How the f you do that? How, my nigga? How the f you do that? I don't understand it. Then I spoke to him today, my nigga. I spoke to him today. He hit me up and said, "Yo, bro, if you free to talk, if you free to let me know. I know you seen things were said, and I've never hit you." I said, not gonna lie, bro. That's the craziest shit. I don't know what type of animosity you got towards me, but that shit cool. And he said, I understand, etc. Trying to mix up some shit, telling me that this happened at the time him and DDG was doing his little beef. My those screenshots are literally after you said sorry, my bro. Whether the DMs are old or not, time when you said that I was cool with you, and you still say it, my CSGO was after you joined my game, my word of my word to everything I love. Word of my mother, that nigga joined my shit. what you talking about? How you gonna say that and enjoy my shit and say that, my that shit make no sense. That shit is literally, that's girl shit. I would never, my hide your shit and say about him. How are you paying attention to me so much that you get mad that I'm on CSGO? You feel like as if a is after you, and my thing is, I don't, what the have I done to you? What have I done to you? My mother, I want you to tell me, what have I done to you for you to talk to me in that type of way? And to gossip to your mind, bro. You should be going to therapy. My nigga, if that's how you feeling, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really think that really going through some shit, bro. I swear to God, you need to go therapy. If that's how you feeling, bro, you need to go on that track hop, hit 100 on the gas, straight to therapy. Tell the or what the fuck you're going to, bro. What you need to do, gang. You need to do that, bro. Because what, I don't respect that at all, bro. You telling me shit's old, nigga, the shit is well there after the apology, bro. That's not cool. I'ma treat this shit as if it's anybody would do this to me. And I don't want to be your friend no more. I don't want to do shit with you no more. I don't want to be associated with you no more. I don't give a fuck what you got going on. Because it is too dangerous to have a nigga like that in my circle. One day smiling, next time you in your phone gossiping to your top mods about what you're doing. And I condemn the nigga who leaked that shit. I condemn him. You wanna know why? Because that's God.
Your rage had his say on the situation too, and honestly, you didn't even need the words. His face alone told you everything. Pure disappointment. And not just because Bruce did what he did, but because of how naive the whole thing was. Talking behind somebody's back is already foul. That's gunna level rat behavior. But doing it with your own mods, trusting them with something that sensitive, mods you've never even met in your life, that's not just reckless, that's straight up dumb. It's one thing to air out people in private, it's another to hand deliver the knife to people who have no reason to protect you. Your rage pointed it out perfectly. Bruce didn't just mess up, he made it easy. He gift wrapped his own downfall and acted surprised when it showed up on the timeline.
BruceDropEmOff, for some reason, trusted his mods, he never met in his life, with like pillow talk. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why. I don't know why my never met these niggas in their life. You feel me? Like, I don't condone no leaking shit, but what the f did you expect? That shit was just bound to happen, man.
And well, after running out of legs to stand on and tanking his own credibility, Bruce flipped the script. He started exposing everything he knew about the streaming scene. At first, nobody took him seriously. People brushed it off like just another crash out, another rant from a guy spiraling. But the wild part is, if you look back on it now, a lot of what he said lines up. The numbers being bought, the egos colliding, the industry being less about community and more about contracts. It all makes sense in hindsight. Bruce went from being the clown to being the guy holding receipts, and people didn't realize it until the smoke cleared. As seen in this clip, Bruce had already dropped one of his heavier bombs, saying Kai never actually liked Aiden Ross. He talked about Kai Cenat's fake friendship with Aiden Ross years before it even happened.
Every time Aiden name come up, they do some little malicious shit with their face, bro. That's not being friends, bro.
Stop Phantom from shooting, because when Phantom gets hot, he gets hot. So as long as Phantom's not,
Oh my
God.
Do the jump shot and help me with Duke. Blows past me, gang. All right, bro.
Alright, what we doing with the art, bro?
That's not being friends, bro.
Now, the whole Aiden Ross ban from Twitch only made things worse, because right after it, Kai started ghosting him completely. Didn't speak up for him, didn't stand by him, stayed away like Aiden was carrying some contagious disease. And plenty of streamers vouched for it too, saying the ghosting was real. But of course, Kai went live saying the total opposite. He claimed, I try to check up on him 3 to 4 times a week. Aiden should return to streaming soon. Which just goes to show at the end of the day, everyone's pushing their own agenda. One side says abandoned, the other says supportive. But one thing's for sure, Bruce called out this rift long before it got mainstream attention. Everyone clowned him back then, but now it looks a whole lot like he was telling the truth.
Think about Aiden like 4 times a week. I try to, or like 3 times a week. I try to take him on like 3 times a week to make sure that he's fine and shit like that. But yeah, bro, you gotta understand, bro. He just, I ain't gonna lie. As long as he come back valid, he gonna be good, bro. You feel me? It's a lot going on. As long as he come back valid, he gonna be straight.
Bruce's callouts weren't limited to Kai Cenat and Aiden Ross either. He had one of his worst, but honestly funniest crash outs aimed at the FaZe gang. He went in on FaZe and Lacey, ranting like a man possessed. At the time, everyone brushed it off as another Bruce meltdown, just another crazy dude looking high out of his mind while flaming people for no reason. But here's the thing, look back at it now, after everything that's gone down with FaZe over the past year, and that crash out feels less like a meltdown and more like a preview, the stuff he was screaming about suddenly looks valid. The crash out was valid. He just kept being right again, even if no one wanted to admit it in the moment.
Nigga, you think I give a f if Lacey is live? That fat white ass. Think I give a f face? I'm so EB. Y'all niggas don't. Y'all, I will still. Yes, I am still honk Mr. Crash. I don't give a f everybody. Yes, everything. I said it. I don't care. You know what? I'm finna say it. I don't care. I was finna say it, but I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna crash. You know, that's what got me.
It got even crazier when FaZe Banks actually pressed Bruce live on stream. Full-on threats saying, "I'm gonna make an example out of you," while cussing him out non-stop. And the wildest part, Bruce just sat there laughing it off. No fear, no backing down, just cracking up like he was watching a comedy sequel.
What?
Yo, just know I'm smacking the shit.
What? Okay. Oh.
And your
For real?
but I'm gonna take one. You're a watch. I'm gonna make an example out of you. You're a little bit. You're a square little bit. You ain't about it. And we both know that. I'm your girl first thing tonight, tomorrow. So somebody link me this that. Peace out, you up, homie.
And well, this is where it actually gets insane. Because remember, after the whole KaiserNet leak and the DMs mess, everyone wrote Bruce off. People said he was an unreliable source, just a messy streamer spiraling. But here's the thing, maybe people should have listened more. Because fast forward just a year after that heated call with FaZe Banks, guess what happened? Banks himself gets exposed for scamming people in the crypto scene. Straight up, crypto scamming. The same guy who tried to press Bruce ended up proving Bruce right in the worst way possible, and to make it even better, Aiden Ross went live and called it out in this video. The irony writes itself. The unreliable guy turned out to be the only one who saw it coming.
Check MLG. Yeah, let's check it out. I actually have not been looking at MLG. Let's see what it's at. Brother, there is no way my MLG is down this much red. This has got to be fake. I'm sorry. I don't believe this shit. I'm sorry. There is legit no way that my MLG coin is at 17 bands. I paid 50K and it's at this. I'm down 30K. Should I put more in? Bro, I don't know what the to do. I bought that shit peak. I got raped. How many of y'all sold on me? Don't even lie. I know mother bread. I know y'all did. Oh. No, look at you guys.
And here it is, BruceDropEmOff speaking on viewbotting in the streaming industry. The clip people really shouldn't just shrug off, because as wild as he looked in the past, history shows he's been right more often than not. The guy everyone wrote off as a crash out might have just exposed another ugly truth about streaming, and if his track record means anything, this is one of those moments you're gonna want to pay attention to.
And a lot of them niggas viewers ain't real. So stop view buying. Everybody in the streaming industry, stop view buying, bro. Like I'm talking to y'all streamers. Y'all know who I'm talking to too, bro. Stop trying to make yourselves seem bigger than what y'all is, bro. Just work for that shit, gang.
And the part well worth noting is, Bruce has been putting this out there for well over a year now.
The majority that I know, bro, is using bots now to come up. So, and they're buying them. They're paying for them. View bots. They're real. I don't know how smart you are, but if you really do the math, a lot of don't add up.
And if you still think Bruce was just talking out of nowhere, look at what happened when Twitch actually cracked down on viewbots. Overall platform viewership dropped by as much as 24% in a single week. Let that sink in. From 1 million to 750,000. Big streamers who used to flex 10 or 15,000 live viewers suddenly looked like they lost half their fan base. Numbers tanked across the board and the whole platform looked shaky. And then this tweet dropped, directly backing up what Bruce had been saying all along. He called it a bought out, sold out game, and the receipts are right here. And then came the final nail. Twitch cracked down on bots over just 2 or 3 days, and suddenly the masks flipped. Viewbotters and even the so-called victims of viewbotting started getting exposed. The data showed groups and orgs getting hit the hardest, with their numbers looking way faker than anyone wanted to admit. And the wildest part, SQC himself posted about it, said he didn't want to start witch hunts but told people to go look at the numbers for themselves. That's not some random drama page. That's one of the biggest streamers alive pointing out the data and saying it's real. And it's wild because it lines up exactly with what Bruce had been yelling about. The bought out, sold out game finally showing its cracks in real time. I kept thinking, why would orgs bot this heavily? And then the answer practically hit me in the face. Talent agencies take a cut from every ad stream their talent does. If they inflate the numbers, they can package those streams as massive ad buys, sell them in bulk, and cash out way more. To put it simply, it's fraud. And here's the thing, most viewers don't even clock it, but it's the silent killer of the industry. It destroys discoverability for smaller streamers because fake inflated giants dominate the front page. It chokes out new talent before they can even get eyes on their channel. And even if a smaller streamer makes it, the payouts are lower because the pie's already been divided between fake numbers. XQC kept hammering this point too, doubling down in 2 more tweets. He called it what it was, a systemic problem. Not just shady streamers, but agencies and organizations playing the numbers game at scale. Bruce said it a year ago, XQC saying it now. The industry's being hollowed out from the inside by fraud disguised as growth. Your Rage came out swinging too, exposing a top streamer who's currently being viewbotted with 30 to 40,000 fake viewers. He didn't drop a name, but let's be honest, you don't need Sherlock Holmes for this one. Everyone already has the same name in their head, and that silence, that refusal to say it out loud almost makes it louder. Because if you can guess who it is without him even saying it, that tells you everything about how rotten the numbers game has gotten.
I was trying to figure out what the f going on. I'm speaking of, I can't say names, but there's literally a streamer right now that literally told me, I'm not gonna say his name because he can come out and say it when he wants to say it. He's probably gonna say it soon, that he's being botted, yet he didn't get hit. He's a top streamer that has been being botted for months, and he's not hit, and I'm getting hated on. And his body probably live right now with 30,000 in there right now. You feel me? Which also led to him showing me DMs of the person that gives him the bots working with a streamer that's whatever.
Stable Ronaldo even backed it up with his own story. He claimed that way back in 2023, a management company told him straight up they'd bought his numbers on Twitch and Kick to make him look bigger. And in return, they take a percentage of the inflated revenue. That's not just shady. That's organized fraud dressed up as a business. Think about it. The same companies meant to grow creators are the ones manufacturing fake growth, then skimming off the top. It's proof the whole thing isn't just rogue streamers buying bots, it's institutional. The agencies and managers behind the scenes are greasing the machine, cashing in on fake numbers, and leaving creators and viewers holding the bag.
Old management that people don't even know about, who are like, yo Ron, if you go to Kick right now, we will bot your numbers on Twitch so you can get a stake deal, so that when you go to Kick, we'll also bot your numbers and we get a percent. That's what I was told. I'm exposing it right now. That's what I got told, by the way. I got told. I was supposed to take an offer. I'm not going to say when. I'm not going to say how much. But it said that this was like right when Kick kind of started. Not really. They were like, we're going to bot your numbers so that you have a little bit more viewership. It was around this era, right? It was not Tav. Tav never managed me. You're not going to find my management because it was someone who worked with me early on and then came back to me and was like, yo, I'll do this for you if I get a percent.
And to sum it all up, here's Bruce just dropping straight up facts. Not even gonna bother paraphrasing this one. Y'all can just hear it for yourselves.
Yeah, like if you do that, you keep doing it. This is catering to that is the easiest thing ever in the world, man. Easiest ever in the world. You know how easy it is to put bitches in front of faces and act like y'all dating or whatever the case may be. I've never shown y'all that.
Now, as always, y'all know it's that time again. To get the internet's POV on the entire situation, Bruce is like the Kanye West of streaming. That's actually the perfect comparison. Chaotic, unpredictable, constantly crashing out in public, and yet every now and then he drops a truth so raw it shifts the whole conversation. You never know if you're getting genius or meltdown, but either way, you're watching. All the streamers botting and trying to blame each other for using more bots is funny. That's the circus in a nutshell. Everyone's juicing their numbers, but instead of owning it, they're pointing fingers like kids caught cheating on the same test. The irony is half of them wouldn't even have an audience without the bots, yet they act like someone else is the problem. His predicting the crypto is insane. That's the part people are sleeping on. Bruce wasn't just talking trash, he was calling out crypto scams before they even hit the headlines. Everyone thought he was spiraling, but he was basically doing market forecasts mid crash out. I don't watch any streamers, but I did watch a lot of this John drama back then and was 100% on Bruce's side. Anyone that knew anything about the numbers and how certain things didn't make sense knew he was right. BruceDropEmOff looked like a crashout streamer half the time, slumped and reckless, but his callouts kept aging like prophecy. From saying Kai and Aiden's friendship was fake, to calling out FaZe before banks got exposed for crypto scams, to warning about viewbotting before Twitch's crackdown proved him right. He clowned himself, sure, but he also exposed the industry's fakery, and now even XQC and Your Rage are backing up the same points. The joke is, the crashouts weren't nonsense, they were warnings.